Okay, hello, good evening. Welcome to our class number 0, right? To start giving some information about the exam APTIS. Is that correct for you?
Yeah, it's correct.
Exactly. Okay, let's start kind of warming up. What do you know about the exam? Any idea about the exam? What do you know about the exam? What is it for? Where can you face or take the exam? How much is it? Is it important for you or not?
Well, I know that is important because you improve, no, your English, and you are really aware, no, what is your level, your real level, no.
Your real
In
level.
in my case, I need this because I need to take for my school and I work, and this,
Okay.
like, for example, what is this? Wait, please. The test called for British Council, that is the core skills. It contains speaking, writing, all of that.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect. So this is an exam from British Council. Very good. It evaluates the 4 skills. That's great. Apart from the functions, right? Okay, good evening, Josie. Don't worry. Okay. So something else that you know, and what is the difference between a Cambridge exam that sometimes in some schools and everywhere they are asking for, and this exam active from British Council? Is there any difference? Do you know something about that?
Yes. And the difference is because in British Council you solve the exercise, okay, and the end of that you have the result, that is, for example, B1, B2, no, C1, etc. And
Okay.
if you take the exams, that is for Cambridge, you only take the exam for B1 or B2.
Okay.
Okay, in British Council, that is in general. In general, your level, you know what is your real level in that.
Exactly, Paola. Thanks for helping. Right. That's the difference, right? When you take a Cambridge exam, definitely you need to know what is the exam that you're pretending to get. It could be B2, it could be C1, and no more. But in what is the APTIS evaluation, here you just have your exam, and as a result, it's going to be your real level, right? So this is the difference. So you don't work under pressure. But if you don't get this level, you're not going to get your certificate. And I think it's something important because we don't feel frustrated when we see that we don't get a certificate. Apart from that, we invest a lot of money in Cambridge exams, right? And on the other hand, here for the APTIS, we don't, right? Okay, very good. Let's have a walkthrough, right? It's kind of informing you what's going to happen, how it's divided, what kind of evaluations are, because there is APTIS, you have different categories. For example, general APTIS for everybody. Then you have just APTIS for advanced level from people who are professional and want to travel or want to get a better job or better position, right? APTIS for teachers, here you will demonstrate, you will prove, evidence your real level of English. And APTIS teens is for those teenagers that would like to travel for a scholarship or for any specific purpose. So APTIS, you have different kinds of APTIS. According to your needs, you can apply for general, advanced, for teachers or for teens. And you can prepare your students if you teach at school, right, to face that exam that is cheaper than the ones that we are accustomed to take. Great. Now, let's check this part, the test structure. So according to this, what is the skill that we need to evaluate here? Because we mentioned that you're going to be evaluated in the 4 skills, right? The first one is Josie, very good, reading. Then, what about the second skill? This is listening, perfect. Then we have writing, and finally we have speaking. But what we need to develop for this exam is a lot of lexis and grammar structures, because everything will work this inductively, okay? So that's why if you have the chance to read a lot, books, many things, you can start reading in order to brush up your grammar and vocabulary, okay? So then we have APTIS for Teachers test structure. That is important to know how is divided the exam. We have the core 25 minutes. Part 1 is grammar. For example, here you have sentences completion. 3 options, multiple choice. Then part 2, you have vocabulary, word matching, similar meanings. So a lot of synonyms and antonyms you should work, okay? Lots of adjectives, match words to definitions, set of 5 target words in 10 options. Then you have sentence completion, word pair or word combination that are words commonly used together. So collocations, okay? Collocations is quite important. So here you're going to spend 25 minutes, grammar and vocabulary. So remember that depending on the level, you will get B2, C1, B1, A2, right? Then in reading, we have sentence comprehension. Choose words to complete sentences. You have 3 options, multiple choices. Part 2, text cohesion. Put sentences into the correct order to make a story. So here we need to develop strategies, not just knowledge of vocabulary and grammar. You need to work with keywords, key ideas that help you to connect one paragraph and the other, or fill in those blanks that are necessary to do it. You have 2 tasks, 6 sentences, humble up in each task. So kind of order, right? Then match people's opinions to statements. Here we work with key information, 7 gaps would be filled, right? Yes, Paola, you have a little experience, I think. And long text comprehension, match headings to paragraphs. Okay, 7 paragraphs and 8 headings. So what technique do you think we can apply from here? Because it's a long text, so it would take a long time. Do you have any kind of a strategy when you have to read long text? For example, in your case, Joycey? In the case of Paola, is to connect ideas. In the case of Dorothy, you are on the way, right? In the case of Isabel, do you have any technique? Isabel, maybe do you have any technique to apply for long text comprehension? Because imagine, we have not too much time to complete all these parts. We have just 35 minutes. So in 35 minutes, we have to work part 1, 2, 3, and 4. Maybe from 1 to 3, it's easier, but part 4 would take time to understand and match the heading. We need to connect some key or target vocabulary to discover the correct idea. Then listening, information recognition. You need to work since now, watching some news on TV, listening to music. So what you need is a lot of input in order to understand the different situations that you are going to have during the evaluation. Information recognition. Listen to a short monologue and dialogue to identify specific information. You will have 3 options, multiple choice. Okay, so what is necessary for this, for example, is first to read the alternatives, right? So in that way, you will predict and you will use your strategy. So while you are reading, you will try to connect information. Then information matching. Match people's monologues and to inform 3 options, multiple choice. For 3 and 4, opinion matching. In this task, you listen to a dialogue between man and a woman and then decide who expresses an opinion. Okay, so we need to listen carefully and maybe to work on some key information. And monologue comprehension, listen to a monologue, to different monologues, and conversation and identify the attitude, opinion, and intention. You have 40 minutes of full listening. So check how many minutes, 25 minutes, 35 minutes, and 40 minutes. Before the exam, you need to be really relaxed and focused, right? Then you have the writing part. You have 50 minutes for this part. Word level writing, respond to messages using individual words, 1-5 words for each question. Short text writing, write personal information. And this is the first thing that we need to practice. How we are going to present ourselves working with complex words, right? 3 written responses to questions, formal and informal writing. So this is what we need to practice, reinforce during this preparation course, because what you need to do is a 50-minute task that is really a bit complicated if we are not trained, right? Finally, speaking. You have just 12 minutes to demonstrate your pronunciation, your fluency, your organization of ideas, coherence, cohesion, so depending on the questions that they propose. So personal information, respond to 3 personal information questions. You will have 30 seconds for each response. Okay, so what you need to do is to organize mentally the information that you want to share with your students. Excuse me, with your, well, when you need to record, yes, you need to record your answer. So that's why while they are launching the question, you need to start thinking. Then part 2, describe, express opinions and provide reasons and explanation. So you need to describe a picture and answer 2 additional questions in increasing difficulty. So whenever you have the chance and you have a picture, try to organize ideas, try to set positions in the picture so it will be easier for you to express your opinion. So try to practice a lot with pictures, images, or situations that you're observing in your house while you are going to work. So try mentally to organize your ideas. So this is the way that you are going to rehearse. 45 seconds for each response, so it must be very fast. Then in part 3, you will describe, compare, and provide reasons and explanations. So describe 2 contrasting pictures in answers to additional questions and increasing difficulty. So really, what we need is kind of memorize those contrasting words, right? On the other hand, why, however, so you can analyze and mention your ideas in an organized way. Have 45 seconds for each response. So imagine. Then discuss personal experience and opinions on an abstract topic. Answer 3 questions. So also we need to refresh maybe our vocabulary that we don't have. Maybe we are not working with that vocabulary, right? So how many parts are you going to find in the exam? According to what we were mentioning here, okay, says Joyce 4. Yes, are we going to have 4? Have 4, 25 minutes. So only grammar and vocabulary, that's 1 part. Reading, listening. Then we have writing and speaking. Right? 5 parts. And we need to, yes, Paula, 5 different parts. What you have, and maybe I'm gonna share then, is a manual. This manual is totally free. You can download. This is November the 2022, but last April was launched April 2023. It doesn't change. There was no chance to change. And you have everything very well explained, what kind of exercises you can work, the structure of the exam, right? And with this, it's gonna be a guide for you. APTIS for Teachers, core test, grammar and vocabulary. You will have this description of the exercises, preparation, and they propose some extra links to practice. Then I'm gonna share with you in the chat box, I'm gonna share with you this, right? So you will have the chance to check, to revise, and maybe you can go through the links where British Council propose you some extra resources in order to practice. Yes? Then, for example, we have sample grammar questions. Let's work together. There are 2 questions types. The first focus on written English, grammar, and the second focus on the use of English grammar when speaking. So this is something new maybe for you. There are 2 kinds of grammar, written grammar and speaking or spoken grammar, okay? So we have 4 questions for this. Aha, you love it, you love grammar. Okay, so let's check. He, me that the machine was broken. What could be the correct option? Told, spoke, or said? Who says me? See, Paula told me, I think told. So this one, right? Why? You can open your microphone. Oh, something. Yes.
Because Because when you, there is a difference between tell and say. No?
Yes,
You tell somebody and you say something.
exactly. You tell someone, yes, and you said something. So for default, said is not possible because you need to say something. And spoke, there is no combination spoke with, right? So told me is the best alternative, right? Now, what about the second? My boss says that I to finish the report by Friday. We have must, have, should. We have modals. According to Paul, it's have. Everybody agrees? Yes, no, no, yes. It's half, right? Why? Because it's mandatory. Okay, apart from mandatory, we have here something important. We have to, right?
It's impossible to continue with to, no? After must and after should, you need to write a verb.
Never. So imagine, we don't say must to finish or should to finish. The only option is have to finish. You see, sometimes it's not necessary to memorize the rules. Sometimes you need to find some key things that will help you to continue the idea without maybe reflecting too much, right? Now let's see. My new computer or computer works faster than my old one. Many, more, much. Let's analyze. Oh, this is much. Somebody else? If you don't want to mention, you can write in the chat so we can share. Remember, sharing is caring, right? Yes, it's much. Why not more or many? Why not? Because we need to analyze, right? Somebody?
Well, I think that is because more is impossible because we have the adjective that is correct faster, that is not necessary the word more.
Yeah, so it's in comparative way,
Yes,
right?
that is a comparative sentence. And many is used, after many you need a noun that is countable like
Exactly.
this. That is incoherence in this part of
Yes,
the
that's
sentence.
why the only option is much, right? Very good, Paola. So this is what we need to analyze. This immediately we see this is a comparative. So impossible, this. This is countable or uncountable. This is uncountable. So impossible, many. So what is the correct option? Much faster, right? Then I have worked for this company. I left university. We have since, after, or from. To be the correct alternative. Remember that you are not going to have too much time. See? Okay. Paola says sings. What about the rest? What about Isabel? What about Carmen? What about Carly? What about Joycey? No matter if you make a mistake, the idea is to practice. Okay, very good. It sings because this is a present perfect, right? And it's the only option, the only combination. If we say after, why not? It's not possible after. I have worked for this company after I left university. In many cases, after is for simple past, right? And from, it means one activity that is start, but we don't know it exactly. So definitely there are not possibilities for this task. Okay, now let's analyze. In the first exercise, what kind of grammatical structure we're working? Past tense?
Report
What?
speech.
Report speech, very good.
Past, no? Yes.
Yes, past report speech, right? What about the second? What about the second? What kind of grammatical structure is this called? What is must, have to, might, may? They are? See in the chat, they are modals. Very good. They're modals. Then we have the other. Our new computer works. So we are working here with
Comparative adjectives.
comparative adjectives. Very good. And finally here we are working with
Present perfect tense.
present perfect tense. You see, this is the way that you need to analyze grammar. Now let's see a little bit of spoken grammar. You know, sometimes this is the heaviest part for everybody because it's easy to write, to analyze grammar, but the use of language is totally different, right? Because there are some expressions. Let's see. Jean, she is French, isn't she? Ahmed, no, she's. What is the correct adverb? Exactly from Belgium, actually from Belgium, anyway from Belgium. Also, when you read, you need to feel that it flows in your, that it runs in your mouth, right? Exactly. Very good, Joycey. What do you say? Exactly. Joyce's possibility is exactly. Is it okay? Jean, she's French, isn't she? Ahmed, no, she's exactly from Belgium. Everybody agrees? Cree. Yes, exactly. Now we have Jenep. I really don't like it. Excuse me. I really don't feel like going to see that movie tonight. Peter, oh, okay. Maybe, however, nevertheless, we can go next week instead. What could be the correct option here? Joyce says maybe, because it's a possibility, right? Okay, maybe we can go next week instead. We are not secure about the matter, but maybe we can do it next week, right? Okay, very good. Now, let's move on a little bit. That was the example of grammar and vocabulary, right? Now, we are going to have a little practice of the first part of the speaking exam. Just here, this is a reminder about the structures. Welcome to APTIS exam preparation for teachers. This is the test structure, the summary, 35 minutes for reading, 40 minutes for listening, 50 minutes for writing, 12 minutes for speaking, and 25 minutes for grammar and vocabulary. That's how the test structure of the APTIS exam is divided, right? Now, we are going to start practicing the first moment of the speaking exam that says, introduce yourself fluently. Get to know you in 1 minute. Give a presentation of yourself, right? So I will introduce my name because I didn't did, but because I was waiting that moment, okay? This moment to share. Okay, first of all, I will write here my name. So great. So good evening. My name is Jean-Luz Ortiz. I'm a teacher and a teacher trainer for more than 30 years. I love teaching. This is my passion. I have 3 children. I love to watch Netflix in my free time. And what really enjoy doing during this time is sleeping because I have never had time to sleep. I enjoy teaching as well. And I teach university students. And at the same time, I teach teachers. Okay, it's my pleasure to be here with you. Fantastic. Now is your turn. I'm going to give you a minute to think. Try to organize your ideas. How's going to be your presentation? Here, there is no option for writing. Here is speaking. Okay, let's see. Let's start with Paola. Please, Paola, you have a minute to introduce yourself.
Okay. Yeah, good evening, everyone. My name is Paola Martinez. I'm from Peru. I'm Peruvian. I live here in Lima, exactly in Rimac. I'm a teacher, an English teacher, and as you know, we don't have too much time to rest. I really have too much work to do. I work from Monday to Saturday. About my family, I live near my mom's house. I have only one daughter that lives with me, and I'm 45 years old, and I really like sweets like cakes and chocolates. I like to travel around our country, and I very responsible, and I like this job that is the teaching. Thank you.
Okay, Paola, thanks a lot. Very good, thank you. Isabel, please, could you introduce yourself? Isabel, are you there? Isabel 1, Isabel 2. Okay, maybe while you are organizing your ideas, I'm back with you. Joycey, please, can you
Yes, I'm here. Okay. Good evening, teacher and classmate. My name is Joyce. Today, I'm going to tell you a little about myself. I'm 26 years old. I live with my parents, brother, and my sister. We live in Ventanilla. I am a teacher. I teach kindergarten students and also primary students. I decided to take this course because I want to improve my English. Before pandemic, I took the methodology course, so I know the techniques, but now I consider that it's time to improve my English because when you don't speak with other people, it's so difficult to improve yourself.
Okay, thank you, Joyce. Thanks a lot. Carly, please, could you help me? Carly, are you there, Carly? Or Carmen?
Hello, my name is Carmen Pareja.
Okay, Carmen, we listen to you. I think your audio is not working, Carmen, because we can't listen. Carmen, we can't listen to you. I think your audio is not working properly. We just listened the first part that you are Carmen Pareja.
You can listen.
Yeah, now, yeah, we listen better.
You can listen now.
Yeah, please, could you repeat again?
Okay. Hello, good evening, everybody. My name is Carmen Pareja. I am 39 years old. I live in Los Olivos. I live with my parents. I teach English in kindergarten. My expectative in this course is improve my knowledge in teaching and certificate the level of English.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Carmen. It was my pleasure. Okay. Carly Pareja is the same, Carmen? No.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, you are in your cell phone and you are in your computer.
Yes, yes.
Okay, great. Isabel? Are you there, Isabel? I think Isabel is having problems with her technology, right? Aha. So giving personal information is quite important, but sometimes organizing it is a little bit difficult, right? What do you think? Yes, because what we need in order to sound fluent, what do we need in order to sound fluent? What do you think we need?
I think, as Joyce said, we need to practice speaking and pronunciation when we make some conversation with other people, As a teachers, we teach only grammar. I know we practice the speaking, but it's not the real speaking, no?
Right.
Maybe you have a level when you finish studying English in an institute, you have a high level, no? When you start working in a school, your level is decreasing, little by little, and we need to
Exactly.
practice this. I think that is
And
the
depending
answer.
on the level as well, right? If you teach
Yes, of
kindergarten,
course.
primary, secondary.
Yeah, yes, of course. No, but in some cases you start working in a school and you always hear this, no? I don't understand. Please, could you tell me this in Spanish? And oh my God, no, yeah,
So all your concentration in making them understand was just for zero. Yeah. Okay. But that's true. When we're working at school, little by little, our level of English is not the right one, because we work on just some common structures, instructions, and sometimes, as you mentioned, Paola, your students ask to mention that in Spanish. And if you want to let them understand, what do? Sometimes you just, okay, mention in Spanish. But what happened with you with your level of English? But apart from that, what you need to sound fluent is to connect ideas with what? The connectors, right? So imagine if you just start saying, okay, hello, good evening. My name is Teresa. I live in La Victoria. I like fruit. But what about those connections that we need in order to sound more natural? Do American British people speak like that? What do you think? Do they speak like that? My name is, I like this. Are you? Yes or no? No. So whenever you need to tell something about you, try to use those complex words that give you other level, right? You can say, okay, my name is, for example, John Lewis, but everybody calls me J-Lo, example. On the other hand, I have a group of friends who call me Jeannie, and I have another group of friends from my childhood that they call me Jane. So imagine, so you're giving some extra information, connecting different ideas, and you will sound more natural, right? Yes, sometimes yeah, because remember that you're going to record your answers. Yeah, I understand that this is the first moment we are facing this situation. There is no problem. We're just kind of having the zero moment, right? Then in vocabulary, we have nationalities, personal information, listening, and so on. For example, here, if we are going to talk about nationalities, we have Mexico. What is the nationality?
Mexican,
Mexican. And the main language?
Spanish,
Spanish. What about the USA? It's American and the main language is?
English,
English, right? Italy, nationality,
Italian,
Italian, and language, Italian. Then we have country, China.
Chinese.
What is the
Chinese.
nationality?
Chinese.
Okay, and what about the main language? Chinese as well, right?
yes,
Now, J-Lo comes from the USA. Coca-Cola is American. Okay, give me more examples combining these. I give you some minutes to think.
an idea,
Yes, similar to the examples. For example, Mexico. Mention nationality and language or any of them. For example, Gaviota, it was a Mexican soap opera, right? Okay, what about your ideas?
Veronica Castro is from
Okay,
Mexico.
she's from
She is
Mexico.
Mexican and she speaks Spanish.
And she speaks Spanish. Very good, excellent. Somebody else? Italy, the USA of China?
Yes, maybe Jack Lee is from China. He is Chinese. He's a good Chinese actor.
Okay, very good. Somebody else? Carmencita?
Sofia Loren is a famous Italian actress.
Yes. And it was very beautiful, right?
Yes.
She was very beautiful. Okay, you see? So it's not just the idea to mention the country. So it's to associate country, nationality, and language with some real information that we manage, right? Now, let's see. For example, number 1H, how can we describe this? What's this, first of all?
There is a clock. It is
An
to know
alarm
the
clock.
time.
And where are the clocks from?
Maybe it is from China.
Okay, maybe they are from China. Okay. What about 2V? How can we describe this?
This is a shower.
Okay, this is a shower. Maybe it is from?
Maybe it is from American.
Okay, maybe it is from the United States. Right? 3A. What about this?
I think there is a person making her breakfast.
Yeah.
Cereal. Yogurt and cereal.
Okay, maybe the cereal is from?
From Mexico.
Okay, it's a Mexican cereal. Okay, very good.
Mexican
Now
cereal.
4G.
Tacos.
Okay, there maybe put some tacos on the yogurt. Okay, it's a new, a new recipe. Okay, 4G. What about G here?
That is an elevator.
It's an elevator. Okay. And elevators are from, maybe no, it's not the country that you need to worry that it's in the list. Maybe you have another countries that you can match here.
From Japan. From Japan.
Okay. There's an elevator, it's from Japan, right? What about 5D?
An American breakfast.
This is an American breakfast. Very, very American, right? What about 6K? Here. What about this situation or activity? Or what is the name of this? This is a,
It's an important French businessman.
okay, it's an important businessman. Maybe he is from? Maybe he's from Peru?
No, maybe he's from France.
Maybe he's from France, right? Okay. What about 7E? 7E.
Ah, there is a GPS.
Okay, there's a GPS and it is
Map.
from?
China.
From Hong
Okay, that's
Kong.
a good possibility. It's from Japan, from China, from Hong Kong, from any Asian country, right? What about 8F? 8F.
Yeah, there is a book. It is my favorite American book.
Oh, very
Because it
good.
talks about a romantic story.
Romeo and Juliet, maybe, right? It's a romantic story. Okay, great. What about number 9A? Here it is. What about this?
This is an speaker or an stereo.
Yeah, it's a speaker,
Speaker.
right?
Mm.
It is from, or it was made
It was made in China.
in
Mhm.
China.
China.
Okay. What about 10L?
What is that? Is a video game?
That's a Nintendo Wii.
Ah, Nintendo.
That's a small stuff where teenagers play different games.
This is the most
Okay.
attractive game for kids. This is from Japan.
Okay.
It was made in Japan, no?
It was made in Japan, maybe, right? Then we have 11J.
They look very
Um,
similar, so I guess they are Chinese.
Okay, they're Chinese people.
Or maybe they are my Mexican friends.
Or maybe they are your Mexican friends, right? Well, yeah. They look, yeah, many nationalities are possible to manage here. And 12C. 12C.
A comfortable Italian bed.
And comfortable Italian bed, right? It must be Italian. Okay, you see how you can connect words, nationalities, and at the same time you are working with descriptions. Remember that when you have the exam, in the part of vocabulary, you need to give definitions. And here we are rehearsing, right? Well, here we have the answer, but let's analyze why. It says word matching. Match the color with a similar meaning. It says, I wake up at 5 a.m. What is the correct alternative? Here. C, right? And why is C? Let's analyze the answer. Why do you think is letter C?
For the time, 5 a.m. is very early.
Okay, so what is the key word that help us to identify the answer?
Also because the verbs are about routines and they are similar.
Okay, so they are kind of synonyms, but also this word early help us to identify
Time.
right?
Fine.
Time.
Yes, 5 a.m. That is very early. Now, she takes a taxi every day. So it's 2D. Every day. So it takes a bus from Monday to Sunday. Why do you think this is the correct alternative?
The routine. The amount of days. Every day.
Yes, if it's
A
every
schedule.
day,
Like a
it's
schedule.
here is, right? From Monday to Sunday. We go running in the morning. So this letter A. Brian goes jogging in the park.
For the verbs. Running.
Verbs,
Jogging.
running,
Jogging.
goes jogging, right? So kind of synonyms. I have a shower in the evening. I have a bath every day. Why do you
routine.
think?
A
Well,
routine.
apart because all of them are routines, but what could be the keyword that help us to identify the correct alternative.
Because in the last part that is in the evening, But-
Mhm,
but didn't mention, no, what days, for example.
mhm.
Okay, in conclusion, it's every day.
But we have a shower. What could be a synonym of have a shower? Have a bath. Okay. Even though we are mentioning that are similar, really, it's a different way to take a shower or to take a bath, right? Here you are starting up, and here you need sometimes a tube, right? Now, they returned home at 7:30. We came back at the same time.
Return and come back.
Return, came back. You see, that's what you had to do during the exam, to find some keywords that help you to identify the correct answer. Okay? Let's see. Now we have people, objects, and places. I'm going to give you some minutes to think in what is coming next.
He's a mechanic.
Yes, first of all, is a mechanic exercise. But it is useful when we are learning what? What kind of grammatical structure is this?
Present simple tense.
Okay, it's a simple tense with verb to be. Is there another option? If we say who, that, where,
WH question works.
okay? But when we connect those WH question words with additional ideas are the,
I don't remember.
It's gonna be homework for you, eh? It's a
Yes.
person who repairs cars. Are kind of,
Profession.
are, in this case, they are working as a connectors, right?
Okay. Yes.
Because it's a person who repairs cars. He, she is a, what is the occupation here?
Mechanic.
Mechanic.
They are
It's
relative
a
pronouns too. huh?
relative pronoun.
Relative pronouns.
Right. We have who, where, what, when, all the WH words connects, and they are relative pronouns. That help us to give additional ideas, right? If I say it's a person, it's not complete. But if I say it's a person who repair cars, immediately I can say who is for people.
People.
That is for,
Things.
it could be things or situations,
situations.
right? Where,
Places.
places, whose,
For positions.
for possessions, which,
Things.
Things.
it could be things, or when we select, right? What,
No extra information.
okay, or actions, right? Now, it's a small machine that tells the time. It's a clock. It's a place where you see a film.
Movie. It's a
movie
movie
theater.
theater.
It's a movie, right? It's a movie. Now,
No cinema?
excuse me?
Sorry, no cinema? It's not okay to say cinema?
It's a cinema or movie, no problem.
Ah, okay.
American or British, depending, right?
Okay.
Okay.
Movie
Now-
theater.
Yes.
Movie theater.
Movie
too.
theater is also very British, right?
Okay.
Movie theater. Now, if I have this, how can I connect those relative pronouns with these words? For example, this is a watch which I bought last week. Okay, I give it some minutes. Try to pick one and try to create your idea with relative pronoun. Okay, who says me? Who's gonna be the first? For example, letter G, I'm gonna create my idea. I can say this is the manager who takes the elevator every day at 9 o'clock. Okay, somebody else?
Yes, me please.
Okay, yes, sure, go ahead. What
letter-
letter?
H.
H.
Yes. This is a clock which I bought in $1.50.
Oh, okay, so $1. Very good. Great. Somebody else?
Yes, they are my Mexican friends
Who?
who I met in the last party.
Okay. They are my Mexican friends who I met in my last party. Yeah, great. Another idea? Carmen? So including this, yeah? This is a special breakfast that I prepare for my family. That. Remember that you can adapt for the different pronouns, right? No more ideas? You can repeat if you want, if you are working with your inspiration. No more?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Okay. I'm thinking. I'm gonna take a shower. Where is my favorite place to relax?
Okay, I'm going to take a shower. Where is my favorite place to relax? Yeah, you are connecting two ideas in one with the help of that relative pronoun. Okay, very good, Joycey. Thank you very much. Now let's check this part. Let me check. Here it is. Okay, we have basic description. Tell me about your studies and job. Tell me about a festival in your country. Describe what makes you happy. Okay, let's work here. I give you some minutes to think. Choose one of the three topics. You choose one and give me your idea. Okay, I give you some seconds. Okay, who can start? Three topics. Tell me about your studies or job. Tell me about a festival in your country, or describe what makes you happy. You can describe us in a couple of sentences, right? I'm not evaluating formally, so the idea is to start producing the language, right? Who says me? Yeah, man, don't be shy. Okay, thank you, Paola.
I'm here. I'm here.
Okay, don't abandon me, please.
No, no. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you something about me. First of all, I started English at an institute called IGNA. Okay, nowadays I am an English teacher. If I need to tell you some festival in my country, it could be I don't know, the best festival rock in here in Lima, for example. Something that makes me happy, for example, is traveling. Is traveling around Peru. I feel excited when I pack my suitcase and maybe go to the airport and feel as, for example, the first time that I took a plane, I was very, very nervous. I really enjoy the food here in my country. My favorite food is ceviche,
Okay.
but I don't know how to prepare this. About my hometown, I don't speak so much with my neighborhoods because they make parties all the time, and it's impossible to sleep at night, and maybe overnight, maybe listen to their music or maybe
Yes.
watching some series here on my bed.
Yes.
I really like shopping, especially clothes and shoes, a lot of shoes. But I don't like sports. I confess I don't like sports, but I need to do some exercise because I'm a little fat in this month.
Yeah.
But I suppose when I take my next vacations, not only for traveling, it's necessary to start a diet here and eat healthy food. Thank you.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, Paula. It's very difficult to eat healthy food, right? It's very difficult. Okay. Somebody else? It was an excellent connection between all the ideas you were developing, and you use connectors, you pause in order to organize your ideas. It was really an excellent work. Okay, Joycey, maybe?
Here, I'm here. Okay. Yep. So to begin, I studied English at IPNA, the 3 levels.
Okay.
Later, I studied the methodology course, the principal techniques to teach English as a foreign language to children and teenagers
Oh,
in idiomas católica, ¿no? Aquí idiomas católica. Yeah.
okay.
Later, I was studying psychology at UPM, but nowadays I make a pause because I prefer to oh my God, to start preparing to this exam. So maybe I will have a better job. Okay. About a festival in my country, I remember that the last year, my sister and I went to a concert. It was the Harry Styles concert. It was a very crazy experience because my sister doesn't have a ticket for the
Oh.
concert. So I bought her a ticket and I was out the stadium waiting for her. But when I was there, a group of boys asked me if I have a ticket to join to the concert, and I said, "Oh no!" Um, and it was a kind of gift because they give me the ticket, and I just gave them 20 soles.
Oh, you were lucky.
Yes, I was lucky. Yeah, and I consider that what made me happy is to share time with my family because of that. I love going out with my friends, but when I am with my family, I feel very different, something that I have all in my life. Because there are people that you don't know or when they are not in near, not like your grandparents.
Mhm.
So I love this time with them. Okay, my favorite food, yeah, is causa. I have a lot of favorite food. I love eating too much. Yes, especially coast food. Causa, ceviches, carapulcras, anything. Okay. About my hometown, yes, I like that nowadays the mayor is improving a lot my city. They are building a lot of thematic parks and also places to all people can share time and also women. For example, they were building the Casa Adulto Mayor,
Mm,
Casa para Mujeres, yes. And I
okay.
love shopping, yes. I am an addict shopper. And yes, to be honest, yes, I don't like sports, but since February, I started going to the gym. So nowadays, I say just a little, a little. It's not my passion, but nowadays that I am exercising, I, I feel good. I feel good. And also I like riding a bike and I like driving. The
Oh,
last year, I got my license driver.
oh, yeah, that's great. That's fantastic. So you change your life.
Yes,
That is very difficult to take decisions, right?
yes, it was because my brother, who
Okay.
is 16 years old, he started going to the gym the last year. It was in August, I remember. He told me, "Yo, why you don't go to the gym
He
with me?"
motivated you.
And my answer was, I am working, I am studying, I don't have time. So in February that I was in vacation, I decided he invites me to go. And
He
I feel
convinced you
well.
to go to the gym.
Mhm.
But sometimes are excuses, eh?
Yes.
When we want to do something, we organize and reorganize our time and we do what we want.
For example, today I didn't go to the gym because I am here taking
Oh,
the
yeah.
course.
So this is an excuse.
Yeah.
I have
Yeah,
classes.
the next week I'm going to organize to go before lessons.
Okay. Very good. Thank you for sharing. Now, let's start closing and sharing ideas. So how many parts do we have in exam? 5 parts. What parts are considered? Who remembers?
Yeah, vocabulary, grammar,
Speaking,
reading.
writing.
Reading, writing. So the 4 skills plus the 2 functions, right? That is speaking, that is grammar and vocabulary, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, yes, yes. So how long is the exam? Do you remember? How many minutes of each part?
Yeah. Okay, I don't remember, but I have the paper. So,
Grammar and
35.
vocabulary, 25
Okay.
minutes.
Okay,
Yeah,
25
for
minutes
reading.
is the reading,
Grammar and vocabulary.
vocabulary.
grammar and vocabulary. Then,
Reading is 35,
okay,
listening 40,
exactly.
writing 50, and speaking 12.
Very good. Which is the hardest part of all?
I think reading.
Reading, because it takes too much time,
Yeah.
right? Okay. When, where, and how much is the exam? What do you think?
When?
So when?
Okay, so I consider that when we finish the course, the preparation course.
Yes.
It
As
could
soon
be
as
in
we
October.
finish it could be in October, right? But it's all the APTIS exams are on Friday morning. Okay,
Yes, the morning.
that's what I mentioned, so you can organize your time. Are only Friday mornings for teachers. And how much do you think the exam cost?
Okay, it is about 300 soles, 300 and 400 soles, no?
It's almost 300 soles. Now it's 299, right? 399 soles. That's what you need to invest for your exam. And it's really very cheap considering the other exams in the market, right?
Yes.
In compare with Cambridge, it's cheaper.
Yeah, if you want to face a TKT, it's 700. If you want to face a B2, it's kind of 690. If you, yeah, if you want C1, it says 720 or 30. So it's more expensive, right? But for us as English teachers, it's something mandatory to have an exam that proves our level of English. Yes. And as somebody mentioned at the beginning, is because you wanna change your job and you want to get a better salary. That's motivation for everybody to get a better salary, to have a better position, and at the same time, to have a better level of English. That is very important nowadays, right? What you need to do is to practice a lot, to read. As soon as we finish the course itself full, we are going to have a platform where I'm going to upload material. And you are able to start answering some extra things apart from the ones that we are going to work on in the classes. Okay? Any questions so far so good?
No questions, Miss.
No questions. So I will appreciate, please, if you open your cameras to have a picture. Yes, how we start the course. That is important, with a beautiful smile.
Yes, give me a moment, please.
Full of energy, because it's another thing when we finish the course. We are distraught, exhausted. It's totally different. Okay, please, could you open your camera so we can have the last picture?
Yes, I am here.
Okay, Joyce, you are here. Paola, okay. So I think everybody runs to come to put on some makeup.
The filters.
The filters will help a lot. Yes. Okay, Paula, you ready? Carmen, maybe you can open just some seconds your camera. We can have a picture. Oh, Isabel is disappeared. Okay, thank you. Okay, Paula. Let's see. Okay, 1. See here. 2. Smile. 3. Okay. Thank you very much, girls. I appreciate your time. So see you next week. Okay. Take
Yeah,
care.
thank you.
See you.
It's a pleasure
Bye-bye.
to
Bye,
meet you.
Carmencita.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Josie. Bye. See you.